Good morning, Sunday, November 9th, here at the Ebbets Pass trailhead on Ebbets Pass, named after Major Ebbets. Gonna hike a few miles on the Pacific Crest Trail. This trailhead usually closes in the wintertime. As you can see, there's a little bit of snow behind me. Any more snow, then they're likely going to close it. They're calling for some conditions later this week, so better get out here while I can. Going to hike up the access trail, do about 4 miles out and back, one way each to Nobel Lake, about 1,600 feet elevation gain. So right now I got the place to myself. All right, giddy up. 0.2 miles to the PCT. All right, please stay on the trail. Wilderness permits. That's for overnight camping. And here's a good map showing where we are. So we're here at Ebbets Pass, and we're going to go south on the PCT. Let's see if we can see it over here. Yeah. So we're at Ebbets Pass here, PCT. There's Nobel Lake. And then back. A couple of the key features. We have Sonora Pass down here on the PCT, and then over on this one, Carson Pass. So quite a few passes in this area. You know, going north to south, you got Donner Pass, Interstate 80, that always stays open. And then a little to the south is Echo Pass on US 50. They'll close that if it gets really snowy. And then Carson Pass on State Route 88. And then we are at Ebbets Pass on State Route 4. A little south of here is Sonora Pass and then Tioga Pass, and those get closed. And look, we got snow. Let me turn the camera off. Mile 1049.3 on the PCT. They do allow horses though. Going Sobo. So far the snow I've walked through is pretty easy, but I did bring crampons just in case. A few footprints. Hoping to get some spectacular views. Didn't bring the ice axe. Here's the trail, even with such little snow coverage. It is so easy to lose the trail. Taking in the views, but doing a little post holing, not that much, maybe about 3-4 inches deep, but it slows you down. Breaking trail. There were some footprints for about the first quarter mile, but they disappeared. And while this is just maybe like 4 or 5 inches of snow, any amount of snow complicates things. Gotta remember to keep the sunglasses on, even in the woods. Bad experience doing a snowshoe trip with Troop 15 about 7 years ago over by Peter Grubb Hut. I was in the snow the whole time and mostly under cover of trees, but every now and then you peek out. Well, since I was under trees, I didn't think I needed sunglasses. About 6 hours later, woke up around midnight and I felt like somebody was rubbing 20 grit sandpaper over my eyes. So, lesson learned. Wear your sunglasses. Mile 1048, Sobo. And there are some premier campsites over here. I'm going to take a little detour and kind of check it out. There's a couple tent sites marked on the far out app, and yeah, look, somebody left some rocks right there for you. Oh yeah. All right. Back on the trail of what I can find from it. Keeping the sunglasses on. This section would be pretty tough if it were covered with snow. Mile 1047, Sobo. It's a really nice section of trail. Well graded, some open space, pretty cool views. But since I've been out here, I am by myself. I do have a Garmin that sends out my location every 10 minutes. But also, you know, I saw a bunny. Maybe some other wildlife has seen me. So I've been doing the hey-oh! Instead of here, kitty, 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 kitty. You know, the black bears, they typically don't give you any problem, but you know, there are some mountain lions, although I've never seen a mountain lion. And they're usually pretty skittish, but you want to scare them away. So I'll keep calling out the hey-oh! And just like last week, I'm feeling the effects of the elevation. You know, lack of oxygen. I got up to 8,000 feet. I know on the pass, I hadn't checked the elevation just yet, but I'm at least 7,000. So definitely get my attention going from 300 feet to 7,000 in 2.5 hours. Not too much time to acclimate, but I'm well rested, well fed, and well hydrated. There's the trail, and then over on the other side, like a horseshoe curve. It's really cool when you can see the other side of the trail. Don't know why I like it, but I do. Wow, check out these trees. Those trees have got to be well over hundreds of years old. First trail marker, and look, EZ, ironic. PCT is supposed to be for horses, and that's my wife's horse's name, Easy. I don't think she's gonna put that thing on this place. To the left, that trail is Noble Canyon. Going to the right. And the first blowdown. Cutting trail. Yeah, not much snow, but definitely got to pay attention. Way cool. One of the nice things about doing out and back is you get views from different angles. If I were just going northbound, I wouldn't be looking back on this view. So look at those trees there and how they've been able to adapt to this climate. I'm gonna say next week this place will be inaccessible. Mile 1046, Sobo. Stop to take a look at this track. What do you think it is? Looks like it came down from there. And that's where I'm going. So he's going the other direction. More tracks. Hey-oh! Don't want to surprise him. Mile 1045.3 and made it to Noble Lake. About 3/4 of it is covered with a very thin sheet of ice. And according to far out over by that tree is a campsite, but I really didn't see. Oh, there it is. Yeah, but ideally you don't want to be that close to water. So I'm gonna walk a little bit more, find a place to sit, eat. We're at 8,900 feet, so I think that may be one of the reasons why I am somewhat lethargic. So I'll get in the shade. Here's another little pond, if you will, water spot. All these willows lost their leaves, but imagine in the summertime they look beautiful. And then there's the trail right there. I think this is the planned turnaround spot. Yeah, you can see if there was a couple more inches of snow, that would just be an opportunity to glissade down like that little rock. All right, let me pull out the sit pad. Finishing up an early lunch. It's not even 11 o'clock, but thought I'd eat it. Time to turn around. But certainly peaceful here. I am the only one here. No footprints other than those other tracks I spotted. And got to remind myself to go, hey-oh! I think it echoed at least 5 times, maybe 6. All right, there's my day pack with my sit pad securely in there, adjacent to the Catula KTS crampons, 3/4 inch. Just a word of caution, don't put the crampons next to your bug spray. And then, of course, there's my Garmin InReach. Yeah, crampons next to bug spray. Bug spray got punctured, leaked all over my dry sack and melted it. Not a good day. Looking southbound to Mexico, but I'm turning around. It's a 10:55. Head Nobo. That's the campsite on Far Out. Nice spot, but nice in just a couple features. It's too close to the water, it's low. You'll get cold, condensation. Plus, ideally you shouldn't camp that close. And there's the little trail to it, but that's a spot right there. That'd be a little bit better. A little bit higher up, away from the water. Yeah, that's a decent spot. All right. Hey-oh! March or die. That's a good shot just to the left of this ridge line here, right here at that saddle. That's my target, and about another half mile is where I parked the 4Runner. Getting these trees from a different angle. Incredibly resilient. Wonder how long that tree has been there. Wow. Mile 1046, Nobel. Side trail to Noble Canyon. Gotta remind myself to look up, but also, look down. Trail condition's pretty good, although every now and then where the trail had frozen and then the top surface had thawed, that becomes muddy, but still underneath is icy. So you really gotta be careful. Like that section there, snow covered. I'll follow my boot tracks. Mile 1047, Nobel. Since Noble Lake dropped a little over 600 feet. So now I get to go back up a few hundred feet. Great conditions. Looking back, trying to find the trail, and interestingly enough, when it's snow covered, you can see it. Here I'm commenting about how difficult it is to find the trail. But when the snow is covered, you can see it from a distance, and that is the vicinity of Noble Lake through that notch. Yep. Okay. Panning around. So I still got some up to do. I'm just over halfway done on this up. A lot easier going down. Mile 1048 northbound. I'm gonna stop shooting and take some more footage once I get up to that overlook. Stop to take a break. I reached the high point of the climb, currently just above 8,700 feet. This is also marked as a couple campsites by Far Out. Looking back, that's where I came from. Still got about 1.5 miles to go. I think I'm gonna hike all the way to the road just to see it, and then hike back to the trailhead, the spur trail. So done getting my snack, drank a little bit, and let's get back after it. Trudging through the snow, but at least now I know exactly where the trail is. I'm not pulling out the phone. Just stepping in my old footprints. Been post hauling through this snow, but I just hear some other folks. I thought I'd make it the whole day without hearing anybody. That's all good. So I thought I'd make it the whole day without seeing anybody, but ran into 6-day hikers and 3 dogs, so large group. Getting out here while you can. Ebbets Pass will not be open that much longer. Mile 1049, Nobel. All right, there's the Ebbets Pass trailhead. I'm gonna stay on the PCT just to get to the road so I can, just to see what it looks like. It's not that far away. There's the campsite at 1049.5. Nobel, that far out is identified. We're not too far away from Route 4 and the hard ball. So I can say I've seen it. Mile 1049.6, Nobel at State Route 4. Let's go check out that sign. Crossing the road. Another PCT trail marker. And then I saw a sign over here that I want to check out. Sign says, please don't park here. Ebbets Pass PCT parking, 0.3 of a mile to the east. I can see where somebody would try and park here. There's not much room. So, gonna get back on the trail. Heading off the PCT at mile 1049.3. So we got 0.2 of a mile to get to the trailhead. It's a pretty decent trailhead. You got a decent gravel parking lot, Kaibo, easy to get to, off the beaten path. Yeah, but the all trails direction doesn't take you there. It takes you to where the PCT crosses Route 4, and you see that sign, please don't park here. Finishing up section hike just south of Ebbets Pass. Great day, started at 8:20, finished at 1:20, just over 5 hours. 1,300 feet of elevation gain and loss. I would have thought it was more, but I think the elevation up here, you know, starting at 8,000, staying above 8,000 slows you down. Plus the snow, albeit grateful there's not that much of it, it still slowed you down. Post hole a couple times, looking for the trail a little bit. Nothing significant, but slows you down and distracts you. So the days are numbered to get up in the high country. Route 4, Ebbets Pass, Sonora Pass, Tioga Pass, they're not going to be open that much longer. So glad I was able to get out here. We'll see you on the trail. Mile marker signing out.